What's up, guys? Chilling at school. Fucking studying for finals and shit. It's like December fucking 5th. Someone in here? No, we're chilling. Anyways. Let me get the fucking view of this place. Well, it's just fire. Hello? The fuck? Oh shit, wait. But basically, right, I was just thinking about goals, my dreams, my aspirations, and how, like, I want to be able to retire my parents young while they're still as young as they can be, and I want to be able to provide them with the resources so they can travel and live their life, and not just wait for me to develop and mature to the point where, like, I could take care of myself later, you know? I want to push myself mentally. I want to be surrounded by people who have the same goals, same aspirations, people I can learn and just grow with, people who, like, inspire me and push me to become better every single day, and people who won't let me put limitations on my dreams, on my goals, on what's possible. And eventually I do want to inspire and motivate and become a motivational speaker, but that only comes from, like, the work I've done and the resume I've built and the accomplishments I've created myself. And it starts with that. It starts with the goals, the aspirations. It starts up here mentally, of wanting something more, wanting a different reality than what you're supposed to chase, what you're supposed to go through, and having that belief, that delusion, that determination of creating that reality and living an extraordinary life, and really holding on to that dream and making it a reality and putting that work every single day, putting that work daily, working on it, taking steps, like working on the little steps towards that goal and that dream, so that one day you can be in a position where you're able to coach and lead other people on how you got to where you are and how they can create that same success and accomplishments for themselves, and be able to, like, just grow and surround yourself with like-minded people that have similar goals, have similar dreams, have similar beliefs and aspirations, and value the same things that you do. And it's gonna be a dolo journey for now, but I have full faith in myself and the work I've done and the things I'm gonna accomplish, to the point where if I don't find the people that I'm looking for, I'll be able to create them with my guidance, my experience, with my leadership, with my goals, with what I've accomplished, and my ability to coach and, so in a way, guide the future generation to think more like an independent person and someone who's able to, like, create their own path. This is the biggest thing I would say. Someone who's, like, who's not afraid of the unknown and is willing to step into the darkness and light their own candles you know? And I think that's my purpose in life. To not only push myself and see how much more can I be, how much better can I be, and what more can I accomplish in life, and what more can I push out of myself, but also like how many lives can I change? How many successful people can I create? How many people can I teach to wake up every day and provide them the right mindset or frameworks so that they enjoy their life as much as I do, and they're as confident and competent as I am or myself, but not like out of ego, but out of love for the game, out of love for just existing, you know, through the trials, through the tribulations, through the failures, through the problems, and just genuinely being happy and being able to look forward to it, and knowing that and having hope that there is a solution, there is a reality where it's possible. Not only that it's possible, but you could become that person that you're able to not just survive but thrive with the responsibilities you have. You know? Like, I always remind myself that my parents, they didn't take the risk, they didn't take the sacrifice of coming over here, city of New York, for me to be average, for me to just sit in the classroom, listen to a professor that doesn't know much about life besides what they've been told by their families and the education system. And that there's more to life, that if you want to become the 1%, you can. And there is a way to manipulate yourself or step into that reality where you become the 1% and you stray away from the average, you know? Where you start being the odd one out, you start being the weird kid or the weird person. Because you just no longer relate with what most people relate to, or most people, you no longer care about what most people care about. And in some ways you become imbalanced. And you become so focused and driven and so hungry and just delusional, where it's like, I'd rather fucking die and lose my way than live life like the rest of y'all. And even if I fail, and even if I don't make it, I wouldn't want it any other way. Because at least I could say I tried. At least I said I had a bigger dream. At least I wanted more for myself. You guys, all of y'all, settle for something that was that's comfortable. Y'all settle for something that was guaranteed for the most part, even though most of y'all are gonna struggle to even find a job after college. Because you guys have no idea what's in store for you and how the world works. But most of y'all didn't want as much as I did. Some of you guys do. Some of you guys just don't know how to start. And for the longest time, I didn't know how to start. You know? I was always like this. I always had this feeling in my heart, even in high school. But I would just binge watch content. And I always binge watch motivation to try to like manipulate myself to get piece by piece. But not up until recently that I really start to understand how like this really works, and understand that only certain tasks and certain things that you do actually move the needle towards that goal. You know? But yeah, long story short, like the crazy thing is, like, for some people, this is normal. So for some people, they've always been surrounded by individuals who have been as ambitious. Like, this is the standard for them. This is standard in their friend group. This is the standard in their family. But for me, I wasn't supposed to get this far. I wasn't supposed to think like this. I was supposed to submit to everyone, to what everyone else did. I wasn't supposed to create what I've created. I wasn't supposed to experience what I'm experiencing. Like, it's unfathomable, the things I pulled off. It's like I'm a glitch. But in reality, this is the standard. This is the bare minimum for some people. And that's because they grew up with it. They had the resources. They had the experience. They have the people. They have the community that programmed them and told them that this is what is expected. This is what your life is. And the fact that I was able to break free to a certain extent and make this my reality. And going forward, I want to be surrounded by those people. I want to be surrounded by those like-minded individuals who wake up and they don't question what they do, because it's become the norm for them, you know? And hopefully I can inspire or somehow guide those who are in a similar situation that I used to be. That if you're determined enough and you want it bad enough and you want a way out, and you just show up every single day, eventually you'll see a crack in the wall. Eventually that crack gets bigger and bigger until you're able to blow through. But until then, you're gonna have to wake up every single day and go and put in that pain, put in that suffering, with no sense of direction and no guarantee that the crack will even show up. You know, I'm still far from what I actually want to achieve and far from my goals. But I want to be surrounded by more people like me. I want bigger dreams. I want bigger goals. I want to build teams, companies, communities that we can all grow and we can all learn from each other. We can all strive to become the best version of ourselves. And not just financially, but spiritually, like within your relationships, within your community, within giving back, within knowledge. Like, I don't want to be fucking average anymore. I'm tired of this shit. Yeah. Just gotta find my people and then move out and just stick with them. That's the next chapter in my life. If I can't find them, I'll create them myself.